Our table of contents, you need to write, add and subtract mixed numbers. I'll give you guys a few minutes to go through and write all of these steps down. If you want to leave spaces like I did here, I'm going to go through and take this example and show you how you do each step to it. So take a second and write all of those notes in your notebook and make sure you make a table of contents. Alright, our first step for adding and subtracting mixed numbers. So you need to find a least common denominator with the fractional parts. So we have 2/3 and 1/2. Remember, if you don't remember how to find the least common denominator, you do the ladder method, you make your L. So in this case, the least common denominator between 3 and 2 is 6. So for step 2, since we found our 6, we're going to add and subtract the fractions. So we have 2/3. I'm not even going to worry about the whole numbers right now. So I need to change both of these denominators so that they're 6. So I'm going to multiply this side by 3 to make my equivalent fraction and this side by 2. And now my new problem is 4/6 plus 3/6 equals 7/6. So this is the fractional part of my answer. Step 3 is you add or subtract the whole numbers. So we're going to have 3 plus 1 equals 4. And then step 4, you're not always going to have to do step 4. We need to get rid of any improper fractions. So right now our answer is 4 and 7/6 from part 2 and part 3. Okay? But if we look at this, 7/6 is an improper fraction. It means our numerator is bigger than our denominator. So we need to change that to a mixed number. Remember, we do that by dividing. Your numerator goes inside the box, denominator goes outside, 6 goes into 7 once, and we write our answer as a remainder. Okay, so 7/6 now becomes 1 and 1/6. But now we need to re-add again, because now we have 4 and we have 1 and 1/6, so our answer is 5 and 1/6. I no longer have an improper fraction in my answer. Step 5 is simplify. We cannot simplify 1/6, so our answer is just 5 and 1/6. Alright, we're going to go through and we're going to do some together, and then I have another page for you guys to do on your own. This is a mixture of adding and subtracting. So go ahead and write this first one down here in your notebook, and we'll walk through it together. I put the steps back up on the top just in case you didn't get a chance to get them all written down. So again, step 1, find your least common denominator. So we have 2 and 4. Our least common denominator is going to be 4 because we can multiply 2 times 2 to get 4. I suggest rewriting these as you go. You'll be less likely to make mistakes that way. So we have 4 and 2/4 minus 2 and 1/4. Okay, now we can add or subtract our fractions. So we have 2 minus 1 is 1. Denominator stays the same. And then step 3 is add or subtract the whole numbers. 4 minus 2 is 2. So right now our answer is 2 and 1/4. But let's finish reading through these last 2 steps to make sure we can't do anything else. So step 4 was get rid of improper fractions if you have one. Okay, this is not an improper fraction. This is a proper fraction, so we're good there. And then step 5 is simplify. You cannot simplify 1/4. So this is your final answer. Next one, we have 5 and 5/8 plus 3 and 3/4. Write this down in your notebook. So we're going to start by finding our least common denominator. I can multiply this 4 by 2 to get 8. So 8 is my least common denominator. I'm just going to rewrite this again. So we have 5 and 5/8 plus 3 and 6/8. And my next step is add or subtract the fractions. So we have 5 plus 6 is 11. Denominator stays the same. and then add or subtract your whole numbers. 5 plus 3 is 8. Step 4, get rid of improper fractions if you have one. We do have an improper fraction right here because our numerator is bigger than our denominator. I would suggest drawing a rectangle around it or putting an arrow to it, whatever you need to do to show that's an improper fraction so you know you have to change it. So now we're going to divide. How many times does 8 go into 11? Well, that's once. There's 3 left over. Your denominator stays the same. Okay, so I just kind of did the division part in my head. So if we had 11 divided by 8, that would be once, and we get a remainder of 3. Remember, the 1 right here is your whole number, your remainder is your numerator, your denominator is your divisor. Okay, so now we can cross this one off because we just changed it, and we're going to re-add these together. So we have 8 plus 1 is 9 and 3/8. And then our last step is simplify. You cannot simplify 3 over 8, so 9 and 3/8 is your answer. The next one, write this one down in your notebook. 6 and 5/6 minus 2 and 1/3. So let's just follow the steps. Least common denominator. We're going to multiply this one over here by 2. Therefore, 6 is our least common denominator, and I'm just going to rewrite it down here. Okay, so now we can go through and subtract our fractions. We have 5 minus 2 is 3. Denominator stays the same. Step 3 is add or subtract your whole numbers, so we have 6 minus 2 is 4. Step 4, get rid of any improper fractions. Well, 3 over 6 is a proper fraction, so we can't change that to a mixed number. But we can do step 5 here, and we can simplify. We're going to divide both of these by 3. And our new answer is 4 and 1/2. Okay, let's do another addition one together, and I'll see if you guys can do the last two on your own. The addition ones are a little bit harder because those are the ones that you usually get your improper fractions in at the end. So looking at this one, we have 3 and 5 as our denominators. If we did the ladder method with these, you can't pull anything out. So our least common denominator is just 15. So I'm going to multiply that side by 5 and this side over here by 3. My new fractions are 3 and 10/15 plus 1 and 12/15. Okay, then you add or subtract your fractions. So we have 10 plus 12 is 22. Denominator stays the same. And then 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so now we need to look at this and say this is an improper fraction, so we need to change that to a mixed number. So I'll do it right down here. We have numerator goes inside the box, denominator goes outside the box. 15 goes into 22 once. We multiply, we subtract, so we have a remainder of 7. Okay, so to write this as a mixed number, our 1 is our whole number, our remainder is our numerator, our denominator is our divisor. So 22 over 15 we can cross out because we just changed it to 1 and 7/15. Those are equivalent. But now we need to re-add these because I still have the 4 up here, but now I have 4 wholes and 1 wholes. So altogether we get 5 wholes and 7/15. Our last step is simplify. We cannot simplify 7 over 15, so our answer is just this. So why don't you guys take a minute to see if you can finish these last two on your own, and then we'll go through them together, and then I have another page that you guys are going to work on. Alright, going through these. This one is nice because it already gave you 9 in both of your denominators, so you don't have to change them. So we can go ahead and skip on to step 2. We have 8 minus 2 is 6. Denominator stays the same. And then subtract your whole numbers. 7 minus 1 is 6. Okay, this is not an improper fraction. This is a proper fraction, so we cannot change it to a mixed number, but we can simplify it. We can divide 6 and 9 by 3. So our answer to this one is 6 2/3. The next one, we can multiply 3 by 4 to get 12. So my new fractions, I'm going to just rewrite this, 8 7/12 plus 2 8/12. 7 plus 8 is 15. Denominator stays the same. 8 plus 2 is 10. 15/12 is an improper fraction, so we need to change that to a mixed number. So we're going to do 15 in our box, 12 outside. 12 goes into 15 once. We multiply, we subtract, and we get a remainder of 3. So changing 15/12 to a mixed number, we get 1 3/12. But then I need to recombine these. We have 10 wholes, and plus 1 whole is 11 wholes. And our fraction stays 3/12. But we can do step 5 here as well and simplify. So we're going to divide both of these by 3. And we get 11 1/4. Alright, so here are 6 more problems for you guys to work on. We'll go through these after you guys get a good chance to get the majority of these done.